Okay guys, this is now part 3. Once you get the servos in, you put a tape over it. You also need to get glue gun and glue in between these cracks all the way around. And after you glue that, you need to get tape and tape this hinge to make it nice and strong on both sides. Okay? And just so you know, this wing design, I've also used this wing design on my other big planes as well, and it works really good. Okay, at this edge right here, put your ruler against it and go straight up. This is how I get this line right here. Go from this corner edge all the way up to the other corner edge, same thing, and then mark this line up at an angle, and then we're going to cut this out. You will need to get an insulation foam from Home Depot. This is a 1/2 inch, which will go right here. Let's mark it out. It doesn't have to be perfect on this edge. I was off a little bit, but that's not a big deal. Mark your center line, and then get your ruler and go on both sides like that. And you can use hot glue if you want to. This is the air shaft where I cut out, and you're going to lay this flat and glue it in. If you use hot glue, make sure you don't make it too hot. It'll melt it. After you've glued it, you want to get tape and tape this center line off, because we're going to sand, and we don't want to sand in between here at all. Okay, this is our edge. Get a ruler and go from the edge of the airplane and mark it 1 inch on both sides. Okay, and then get your ruler on the edge of the wing and get that line also. What you're doing is you're sanding this part right here off, and it will look like this. Using a sander, just make it nice and easy. Use your inch mark and just work it until you get what you want, the angle. Make everything nice and level right here. And you can put the sander on top of this. It won't ruin it because you got tape on it. And do the thing to the other side as well. Okay. Once you sanded it down the way you like to, remove the tape. This is a inch of foam. You make 2 of these. This is 1 inch wide, 12 inches long. This will go in the middle, and you'll glue that down. Okay, 12 inches long, 1 inch wide. After you glue it, mark your center line down the middle. Where the nose begins to curve, mark a line, 1 inch. And somewhere in between here, the battery is going to go. Okay, so once you've done that, it's all glued. We need to put the motor mount on. I'm going to use this motor I have laying around. It's a end runner. It all depends on what kind of motor mount you do, but the bottom line is you want this bottom plate as close as possible to make it nice and tight. And also you can slide it in underneath this right here to make it even tighter, and use epoxy, make it nice and strong. Alright, it's shaping up nicely, guys. So put your battery here. This is a 5-cell that I'm using with this Turnigy 36481450. It's a 4 to 6 cell. This is a 5-cell that I'm using. You can also use this Pro Drive 3536 1800 kV. That's a 4-cell. That's a really good motor. I really love this motor. I just had this one laying around, so I'm going to use it. So we need to get the balance for the airplane. So CG is going to be somewhere around this mark and forward. You really want it nose heavy. So tape your battery on and move the battery where you think the CG is. This is a guessing game. So and then mark it, and then you can do this next. So the battery is going to lay here. You don't want to sand this, so you want to leave about a 1/4 inch from that. Mark your nose. This is 1 inch. Right here, this is 1 inch, and we're going to just sand this and round it off. Put tape right here, that way you won't mess this part up you already did, and it will look like this. Just like that. That's 1/2, and you're going to do the other half. Leave this alone if you can. This is 1 inch between the battery and the nose. That's the other half. Now we're going to take this and cut it down like that. Okay, just like that. And this, remember, this bottom part is a quarter, so I send down to the quarter. Alright, so now what we're going to do is just basically just round this off, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, remember this is the inch line, don't go past that line, and you just keep working it until you get what you want, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to go a little more. Alright, on this side, you want to smooth this edge down, but don't pass that line, because that's where the batteries are going to sit. Okay, so there you have it. I'll keep working it as I keep working with the project, and y'all do the same thing. So just keep smoothing it out, working it out, and then take the tape off and then smooth this out as well. Get some tape and put tape right here where the battery is. Measure your battery, and then we're going to cut this out. Make sure you don't break this, so it goes straight down the depth of your battery. So whatever your battery's depth, that's how far you want to go. Okay, next, cut a quarter out. Get a foam board and measure from that cut part all the way back to your plate. Draw a red line on the inside. That red line, you're going to get a quarter piece and then glue that down, and then glue your side piece down like that. Do that for both sides. That's end of part 3. Part 4 will be coming soon. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot.